there's this exercise that I did, which was like, if you write down what's important to you in your life,
Mm.
and then in the middle you will find your, I think it's like the ikigai, the Japanese, have you heard of ikigai?
No, what is that?
It's like a Japanese, it's a Japanese um philosophy
Yeah,
around life and purpose and happiness.
yeah.
So it's whatever's like at your core. So
Mm.
like obviously they grow up in that environment, and you know they just around it. So there'll
Yeah,
be like people who are like sushi masters
yeah,
who they've devoted their whole lives to it because you know growing up that was what they wanted to do, like in the
yeah.
culture and that sort of stuff. So for me, I looked at it, and it's a good exercise where you write down exactly like everything about you. So like you talk about you in your apps because you are
Mm.
you, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
is what's different. And then
Mm.
at the center of everything, like that's your ultimate core, your purpose, your impact, your value, all that sort of stuff, right? The thing is, like golf, going back to like back in the day in South Africa, again, it's still the same. I still see it now. Like there's still
Mm.
not many colors out there. You know what I mean?
No,
There's
no.
some, but on the professional level, like there's not many. So like,
Mm.
but at the same time, you and I know, no matter what sport you play in the community, there'll be some talent.
Yeah.
There's somebody there that will have a dream of becoming a Tiger Woods or whatever,
Mm.
or you know, a LeBron James or Michael Jordan or whoever, like
Yeah,
or a Sean Bartlett or Benny McCarthy.
yeah.
Benny McCarthy. There's there's definitely talent there, but like again, like it just comes to you know because they'll be sitting there thinking. I mean, we've been there where we were like, we those kids, we're like, man, I didn't see anybody,
No,
help me or push me to get to the next. There's nobody I could tap on the shoulder and ask for advice or,
exactly.
like, what am I going to do to get there? Like, so I feel like the people that are giving out that advice now are obviously people that have made it,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like they so few and far between. Like it's so there's more advice. Like you can learn more from your failures than you do from success.
100%, 100%. And I found that personally, you know what I mean? It's just because
Yeah,
I failed so much, and as a musician, as a rapper, I fail all the time. Like I've got books and books here just of raps, and that will never nobody will ever hear it, because
yeah,
it's just I view it as so much failure. But through that, um, I've been able to, restructure what I might have written before, and like, okay, now this makes more sense, right? Or
yep,
this is something that somebody's gonna be like, oh, okay, almost went over my head, or or I need to think about that again, So, and that for me is always the goal. It's like, can I say the same thing that another rapper said, but say it in a better way? Right, that's the goal. Because I mean, there's only so much you can say, right? There's only
yep,
so much you can say. So if I can say the same thing, but in a way that you never thought of saying, I was like, okay, that's the
yep.
goal
That's
there.
it.
You know
That's
what I
it.
mean?
I
That's where all the failure comes from.
know, I know, I know, I know what you like. I know exactly what you mean. Like, I think, I don't know, like, because I resonate like so much with like your music as well,
Mm,
where I listen to it and I go like, whoo, dang. I was like, oh man, that's what I was thinking the other day, but you just
yeah,
said it so better. Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, and there's other rappers out there as well that you will hear something and you go like, the way that they just took
yeah,
that
yeah,
two
yeah,
sentences and put it into 5 words.
yeah, yeah,
It is like, like how do they do it? Like, but again, like if you're pushing, then if that's what you want to do, then you'll work it out, you'll figure it out.
yeah. It's like,
So you learn from your failures.
exactly like when I write, I view it as like a puzzle, right?
Yes.
I'll like I might know exactly how I want to finish something. Like if
Yep.
I'm if like a 4 bars, if you give me 4 bars and I'm like, okay, I can tell you a story in those 4 bars. So I know the punchline, but how do I start and make it all make sense so that by the time I get to that fourth bar, I was like, oh, okay, this guy
Yep.
built this whole thing up, and now boom,
It
there it
is.
goes. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
that's always the end, because like one of my pet peeves is that you listen to these rappers, and then like everything rhymes,
Yep.
but there's no connectivity. Like the first line has no connection to the next, and has no connection to the next. So everything sounds cool in the
Mm.
grand scheme of things. The whole song sounds good. But if you're listening to what they're saying, the first line might be talking about money, then the second one they're talking about a chicken, then they're talking about their house, and it's like, no, but where's the, That's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
I'll like listen to somebody like J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar, or like Jay-Z, Nas, Dizzy Wright. These guys, they tell stories. Lil Wayne, Eminem, like these guys tell stories. You know what I mean? Like DMX having whole conversations with the devil. You
Yep.
can have. I was listening to Stan. I was listening to
Yep.
Stan earlier today, and I, I mean, I've listened to that song thousands of times, right? But today, for the first time, I picked up on how difficult it would have been to come up with that bar where he was talking about, um, Phil Collins when he sings that song in the air tonight, and he saw the guy in the crowd, and it was the same guy that saved. You know what I mean? Like, but it
Yeah.
all rhymed, and it all. I was like, what the
Yep.
hell? You know how difficult that must have been, like just to
Yes.
structure it and for it to
Yep.
make sense. I'm like, oh my
Yep.
gosh, this guy is just amazing. But yeah, that's the stuff that really floats my boat.
Yes. 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 He probably woke up and put it in his book when he woke up the morning.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
So
exactly. You know what I mean? So
wrote it down and it all flowed. You know.
yeah, but I mean, for me, like I'll write and I'll get a punchline, and I'll be like,
Yep.
okay, I need that to make sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, um, I had this. I think it was yesterday morning. I woke up and I was like, oh, something popped in my head about the the way the way God had made my son. My son's just like me. They're like photocopy prints.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, just like me, he made them in my image, photocopy prints. If I call myself a king, they are prints. You know what I mean? Like king prints, photocopy
Yes.
prints.
Prince.
I was like,
Yep.
now how do I make that make sense so that I could get to there? You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like
Yep.
I've been sitting with that one. Like I was like, I've got like, I need that to make sense.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, that's like the process really.
No, that's so dope, man. Do you still play football?
Oh, I was gonna talk to you about it.
Yeah. The only chips I give is when the keeper's out.
I wrote that. I wrote that after I signed up with the football club again this year.
Oh, really? Wait, wait,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah, yeah. So I'm playing for White Matter over 35s.
White matter. Is that where? Is that there in like the Attitude?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is that where I played? Down at the back.
Yes,
You go down
yes,
the hill, like, and then
yeah.
there close to the
Right
water.
at the end. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Ah, there you go.
yeah,
Over 35s.
yeah.
Nice,
So
man.
I'm playing there. So I'm the youngest on the team, I think.
So lots of expectation.
Yeah. So, and I'm telling you,
Where they put you? What position?
CM.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm happy there. We had one preseason game a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
Which we lost 4-5, but
Uh-huh.
I think I played all right. Like that was my first game in like 7 years.
Jeez.
I hadn't done anything. And the reason, even though I hadn't played in 7 years or whatever, again the reason I joined the club was to be an example, right?
Yep.
I can't because I do one-on-one training with my son. You
Mm.
know, I teach him basics. I said to you, get the basics right, and then we'll work on the fancy shit later. But right now, if you can stop the ball, give yourself space, and make a pass, you'll be unstoppable. At 9 years old, you'll be unstoppable, right?
Yep.
That's all you need. You don't need to do anything further than that. yeah, control the ball and dribble and whatever. But if you stop it, find space and pass it, you'll be fine. So we work on
Yep.
the basics, right? So I was like, okay, this guy, he might be looking at me like, oh, what do you know? I've never seen you play. So I was like, okay, fine. You know,
Show you. I'll show you.
so like it was like
Watch me bring out my Ronaldinho.
it's like for me to be able to say like, okay, this
Yep.
is what I'm teaching you. Now I'm gonna show
Yep.
you in practice, where it's like people that are faster than you, people who are stronger
Yep.
than you, people who play a more structured game, right?
Yep.
So yeah, so I joined the club, and the season starts next weekend.
Yep.
So quite
How long does
excited
season
for that.
go for? I mean, being in the over 35s, is it a shorter season or is it like
It's
6 months?
there's fewer teams. There's fewer teams. I
Yep.
think there's only about 10 or 12 teams in there,
That's
something
all
like
right.
that. You know, yeah, and I mean, you spoke about being the youngest, or you mentioned now about being the youngest, and then having that pressure.
Hmm.
So I'm already feeling that, right? 'Cause, we had um, we had training just the other night, Wednesday night, and played a game, and the the vice president of the club, he plays for the same team as I do now. So
Yep.
he's like, oh, they sorting out the teams, and they're like, no, 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 you can't have Dameon. We need him. And like, oh shit, what do you expect me to do?
Yeah.
you know? And I was like, and just that, and this is another example of how something somebody says can get in your head, right? So
Yep.
just hearing him say that to me, immediately I felt pressure. Immediately I started to feel anxious, like, oh shit, like what's he expecting from me, right? Like, is he
Mm-hmm.
expecting me now to make these passes and score goals and defend? And I like, center mid, you're gonna have you doing all these things, right?
Yes.
And so in that game, I think we played a half an hour game, but in that half an hour, I had the most shit experience on the field I've ever had in such a long time. I was like, and again, I can't say that it was all because of what this guy had said, because
Mm.
it was innocent, right?
Yes.
But I then internalized that, and I put that pressure on myself, and you know,
Yeah.
a lot of the anxiety and the fear and stuff is all it's self-inflicted. That's
Yes.
that's all it is. Nobody wakes up in the morning and it's like, okay, I'm gonna go strike fear in the heart of this person. I'm gonna go make this person feel anxious, and I'm gonna say
Mm.
some shit that's gonna make this person feel like that. It's all on you, right? And
Yeah.
this is what I kind of realized, again over the past few years, is like um a lot of people's reactions to things, whether it be internalized or put out there for the world to know how you're feeling, it's all got to do with you. Like
Mm.
if I was to say a joke now and not mention any names, or just be quite vague, and you take offense to it, you know, I didn't mean anything towards you, but because you took offense, you think that of yourself, right? If I made a fat joke, right? You be like, oh, I was like, oh, so
Yep.
you know what I mean? Like it's all on you. You are in control of everything, or most things in your life, right? But
Yes.
your reactions to things, you're 100% in control of. And Wednesday night at training, gosh, I just put so much pressure on myself. I came home and I was so upset. I didn't want to eat anything. I didn't want. I was like, no, I'm done. Don't talk to me.
This is what it's like, kids. This
Yeah,
is the real world.
yeah. And then you know what I did today. Today I was like, fuck it. Because I've been thinking about it for the past couple of days now, and I thought to myself, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the shop, and I'm gonna buy me some new football boots. Because if I get new boots, I'm gonna play. And I go and I sit there and I try on all these boots and I like the way they feel and
Yeah.
all these things. And I'm thinking about, should I buy it? And then I'm thinking to myself, I think to a scenario that I had with my son um, before his season started. So he needed new boots, right? So we bought him the Nike whatever, and it's nice white and baby blue and whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. And he says to me, "Oh, Dad, like these boots are gonna make me play so much better now." I'm like, "Nah, the boots are not doing anything. The boots aren't doing anything.
Yes.
It's you, it's your mind, it's your body.
Yes.
It's all you. It's not the boots." And
Yeah.
then I thought, I'm sitting there in the shop today, and I'm like, if I buy these boots, I'm
Yeah.
just contradicting everything I told this little boy.
But it will make me feel better.
But it'll make me feel better. But I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't buy the boots, right? I didn't buy
Yes.
the boots because I thought, nah, I'm gonna play in these as like these old black Puma boots with a white stripe on the side. I'm like
Yeah.
super old school Puma boots, right? I'm like, no, I'm gonna play in these boots and I'm gonna play a good game every week. And
Yeah.
then that'll be the lesson, right? For me and for him.
Yeah. What size are you?
8 or 9, depending.
Uh,
Um,
no, I
like
was gonna say I
my
got some. I've got some Tiempos. I'll give you. I only wore them a few
Ooh.
times, but they're too big.
Now you've got big feet though, right?
Yeah, I'm 11 and a half. But
Yeah, nah. I remember you. Like
okay.
I've got, I've got shoes. I've got shoes that I buy and I don't wear because I'm too scared to get them dirty.
Yeah.
Like so they sit there in
Yeah.
boxes under the bed.
Oh.
Like, it's just gathered dust. I'm like, one day I'll wear them. Like it has to be a
Yes.
sunny day, and I
Yes.
know that I'm not gonna walk in any mud.
Yes. What do you got in your feet now?
Slippers.
Are
No, but
they
but
easy slides or?
no. These I'm like you. I've had these slippers like for years now, so I'll wear them until they fall off.
He's on the dad
No,
vibes.
but today I was rocking some superstars, so
Oh
I
yes,
had the
yes,
superstars, yeah.
yeah,
Only because it was raining today, and superstars give you that thick sole, so I was all
yes.
right.
Mm, that's funny.
But yeah.
uh, question:
Mm,
Dameon X, aka Dameon, where you are right now,
mm.
like if you were to speak to somebody, like what are you struggling with at the moment? What do you need support with? What do you need help with to take you to that next level that you want to go to?
What do I need help with? As far as my music is concerned,
Yeah,
right?
or your over 35s soccer career.
No, I just need time. I need time to train.
Okay.
Like I need to get my fitness up. I'm telling you, I've got all the skills. I just don't have
Yep.
the fitness anymore. Like 7 years not playing a minute of football. I'm unfit.
You're rusty. You're rusty.
I'm
It's
rusty.
okay.
Like you give me the first 10 to 15 minutes of the game. I'll
Yep.
give you the best 10 to 15 minutes you'll ever see.
Or
But
the
then
last
after
half an
that,
hour. Or the
yeah,
last half an hour.
for the
Feedback
last half
player.
an hour. Because when we played that the preseason game, the way they do it is they do 3/3, so they do
Mm,
half an hour each, right?
yep.
So that first 2/3 I struggled, but the last third I was like I caught the second wind or something like that because I was just
Okay.
going. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like so, yeah. Give me the last half an hour and I'll be good.
Yep.
But
But
now I think
music wise, okay. Yeah.
music wise, what I would need help with is was that the question?
Yes. What
Yeah.
will take you to
So
that next level?
what will take me? I think s- somebody that could help me with the mixing and mastering,
Mm,
because I mean, it's it's something that I was introduced to, obviously through the music. Um, it's not an easy thing to do. Like I've watched YouTube videos, and you download these presets and whatever, and you try to tweak it to make it sound, you make your music sound whatever, but it's difficult. So if I could have somebody that could help with that, like it would just take the production quality, because the music itself, the words, the songs, I've got that covered, right? I don't need help with that.
Yep.
But to make the vocals and the music itself just mesh together perfectly, and have the bass really sitting there and my voice sitting on the beat nicely, like if somebody could do that, oh, I'm telling you, like
Yep.
I wouldn't listen to anybody else but me.
He was not paid to say that. Okay, so you need help with like mixing and mastering. Okay.
Mixing and mastering, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, I've thought about going and doing a course or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But it's time, it's money, it's all these things. You know what I mean? And again,
Yep.
the point I made earlier is that time is not really on my side.
Yes.
So I'd rather put some money aside and pay somebody to do it, right?
Yep.
And then learn a little bit here and there along the way, and then
Yep.
hopefully one day I can get to the point where the music sounds the way I want it to sound, using
Yep.
my own two hands, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But yeah,
At the
it takes
moment,
a
you're
few.
doing everything yourself.
I do everything myself. I do everything
Yep.
myself. Like the only thing I rely on anybody or somebody else for is that initial listen. So my wife plays that part, right?
Yep.
If whenever I make something, I'll let her listen to it first, because she is brutally honest, right? So like oh no, I don't like that, or what did you say there, or you sound unclear, or or it just it doesn't. If it doesn't resonate with her,
Yep.
then I'm just like, I'm like there's been times where I've made something and I'll be like, oh, I don't really like it. I can't remember what song it was, but it's something that I did release,
Yep.
and I didn't want to release it, but she loved it. And then odd was the "If I Ruled the World" freestyle that I did over there, that Nas track, but
Yep.
I didn't want to release that. And she's like, no, 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 just do it, just do it, just do it. And then I did, and to be honest with you, I've probably gotten the most positive feedback from that song.
Yep.
And it's like, and that's why to this day I value her opinion so much.
Yep.
And and then this the opposite side of the spectrum, where I've made something, I'm like, oh, this is like, when people hear this, they're just gonna go nuts, like. And then I'll play it for her, and she's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, oh shit, okay. So like, that'll just I'll just put that one to the side. That's just for
Put
my
it in the
personal
vault.
collection.
Play them when I
But
go to the
no,
toilet, shall I?
yeah. But no, that is like, uh, she's my sounding board.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you know,
Is there like a community over there that you can tap into in New Zealand that people that do stuff like that, or I don't know, like I think of, okay, going back to like the tech space, there's
yeah,
like tech hubs where people can go, like startups can go, like incubator type places
yeah, yeah,
where you just mingle with like people in the industry and that sort of stuff.
yeah.
Do you have that sort of vibe over there?
There's a lot of that for the younger generation. So
Uh-huh.
like, there's a place called Zeal, where
Mm.
I was involved with them in the early days of my career, when I was part of that initial group. And because we were, I think like you have to be under 25 or something like that
Okay.
to be able to use their services, or qualify for their help, right? So
Okay.
they offer a lot of that type of mentorships, and those events where people can network and engage with each other and things like that. So, and they've got a venue where I've performed there a couple of times back in the day. And we entered a competition through them, and we won like a recording deal, like to
Yep.
record an EP with them, which never came to fruition. But that was on us; it wasn't on them. Um, but yeah, as far as for somebody in my shoes, I don't. I haven't heard of anything. I
Yep.
know in Wellington there's the Eastern Sound Collective, which
Mm.
is it's strictly for Pan Pacific, Pan Asian artists.
Yep.
Because I've got a friend who's a rapper from Sri Lanka who's part of that community. So and he shares a lot of things, but
Yep.
no, nothing that I know of. It might be there, and I'm just not in the know. But
Ah, that's okay. That's okay.
I've
Yep.
got a plan, and the one thing that's holding me back is finances,
Ah,
right?
yes. Finances is
Because you can do things one of two ways, right? You can do it the free way, which is
the
you just
bootstrap.
posting on social media in groups and these things and that, and putting in the hard yards as far as networking and connecting and stuff like that, and trying to get your music in front of people, and it takes so much time and effort, which is what I have been doing.
Mm.
Um, for the past couple of years. But the easier way is the obviously now the more expensive way, where if I could pay to have my music in front of people. Now,
Okay.
I'm gonna get listeners. I'm gonna make connections that way. I mean, gosh, through Instagram alone and SoundCloud actually, I've had so many people approach me about wanting to work together, and producers wanting to produce for me, and people wanting me to jump on the tracks. Like I've I've had one guy who I did a song with, and we met through Instagram. And this was a couple of years ago, and I didn't go the way I wanted it to go as far as me being satisfied with it.
Yep.
So I haven't done anything, like done a feature for anybody since then, and that's again solely on me. Like this guy, a good dude, makes good music. He was professional when we worked together and whatever. But
Yep.
I don't feel that I um, fulfilled my role, to the best of my ability. Like the song that we did together, it made the EP, so I was happy
Hmm.
about that. But I wasn't happy with the performance I gave. So yeah, so it's kind of like left a bad taste in my mouth as far
Yep.
as
Yep. Yep.
like doing things with people. But I need to get over that. So
Yep.
we'll see. But once I get the finances right, which is something I am working on,
Yep.
then my plan can start to come to fruition. But we'll
Cool.
see when that happens. It should be this year. It should be this
Yes.
year.
I- I'm excited, my man. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no,
I'm
me
looking forward.
too. Like I'm 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 thinking about doing, well, not thinking about it. This is the plan is to do music videos, and then
Bruh,
create.
that's. I was gonna ask you about that, bruh. Like,
Yeah.
you
So music videos, and then promote those along with the
know,
music, and then with those I can create short form content, which becomes your TikTok, your IG reels, your whatever, your
100%.
YouTube shorts. You know what I mean? So like, there's a plan. There's absolutely a plan. It's just the means to execute is not there at the moment. So, but soon.
Yeah. So I feel like I feel you know you need somebody to help you with
Yeah,
mixing and mastering. Then you'll need a content person to help you with so that you can just
content,
focus
content, content ideas. Yes, and
so you
and
can just focus on the raps, you know what I mean, at the end of the
yeah,
day.
yeah,
So you can focus on the impact, and you kind of like going back to Gary V, how he hired D Rock
yeah.
to
Diro,
film
yeah,
him
D-Rock.
and so that he can put out the content. You just need somebody
Yeah,
like a D-Rock, you know,
yeah. So
and
I've I've
they can do
I've I've spoken to my sister who's got a degree in communications, so media is her thing,
Wait,
and
you have a
she's always.
sister?
Oh, you didn't know?
The way you said it
So
was like, wait, am I missing something?
so
Sister.
um
Go.
she's I've spoken to her about doing these music videos and what I kind of want them to look like, and I've shown her examples of what I kind of want them to look like. So she's 100% on board, and there's a way in which I want to partner with her and potentially you when I do these. You're right. so, so these are all things that like they're in the works. I've had talks with people. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
matter of that getting the finance and then being satisfied with the music. Like
Mm.
just, I've got music, but it's like
But
it's been
I reckon you have like 6 songs that you could make
yeah,
a music video for
yeah.
like tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Oh,
At
hundred
least six.
percent,
At least
hundred
six
percent.
songs.
Again, it's am I satisfied with these songs, right?
Hmm.
Um, I I I don't know if I am. So
Okay.
I'm constantly in the studio, constantly, writing and recording and things like that. And okay, I
Yep.
lie. I'm not constantly recording in the studio. I'll be sitting here, or I'll be writing and things like that. But
Yep.
um, it takes a lot for me to put the mic on
Yes.
and actually put something down. Because I'll
Yep.
like I say, I'll sit here for a long time and I'll be writing, and I might not get anything out. I might get 16 bars out, and by the time I'm done like writing these things down, I'm exhausted, right?
Yep.
And then the other side of life kicks in, because now, okay, you've been in here for a few hours. Now you need to go be a dad, right? Now you need to go be a husband. You can't
Yep.
you can't just lock yourself in a room
Yep.
and expect life to stop. You know what I'm saying? So there's a huge balancing act that has to go on,
Yep.
and that it's another thing that I suppose it's not holding me back, but it's a speed bump, right?
Something that you
Because
have to get over yourself.
yeah, and it's not to say that my family are saying, oh, you're never around, you always, because then they're not like, if anything, it's the opposite,
Yes.
my kids will be like, oh, have you made anything new, or like, what have you done, like what have you done lately, like, no, I haven't done much, like. And my wife might say like, oh, why didn't you go
Yeah.
work in the studio, or like, oh, you're working in the studio tonight or tomorrow, whatever it may be. It's like, no, you should go do it,
Yep.
right? And so that they help, like they like a tremendous source of motivation.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just it's getting comfortable with letting people just listen to whatever I record and being okay with it, right?
Mm.
So I need to get over myself.
No, that's dope, man. That's dope. Same as your son. Like Rafa says this all the time. Like, and again, like this is not people go, oh, is it your goals that you're pushing on him? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
I'm telling him, it's hard.
yeah. Oh,
if
I
you if
tell
you
I
if you want it, like I'll help you, but I'll show you
oh
that it's
dude,
hard. You know?
I tell Isaiah the same thing, because
Yeah.
the sun will be shining and he'll be sitting in front of the TV. I'll be like, dude, like, you could be out there, right? You could be training.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, but I don't want to. It's like, okay, fine, that's okay. Because
Yep.
for the past few months he's been wanting to learn how to juggle, right? So I go out there and I start juggling. I do like 40, 45, whatever. You know, you're just
Yep.
playing around.
Yep.
And then he goes and he tries. This was a few months ago. He tries and he tries and he's getting 1, 2, maybe 3.
Yes.
And then he'll get frustrated and I'm like, yo, you need to put in the hours. Like you need to go
Yes.
and do it. And
Yes.
eventually it clicked for him where um he kind of realized, okay, I need to go and practice. And then he practiced for a solid few weeks, right? And then
Yep.
you got better and you got better. And now I think his personal best, and this is like 2 months of practicing, his personal best is like 15 or 16. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. Yep.
okay, now you know
Yeah.
you put the work in. A couple of
Yep.
months ago, you couldn't do 2, right? And
Yes.
I tell him like, oh, you want to learn to juggle the ball.
Yep.
It's it's not about, oh, can I keep kicking this ball, and you know it's about control. Can you
Yes.
control the ball? You know what
Yes.
I mean? Like it's no point in you kick it and you have to run over here and then kick it again and then run it. You know what I mean? It's like, now can you stand in one spot and juggle this ball?
Yes.
Can you control it? So
Yes.
that's what he's been practicing. And so now, like, and he's so determined, right? So he so like, oh dude,
Yep.
what do you want for your birthday? It's like, oh, I just want this Ronaldo book. It's called Ronaldo Skills or something like that.
Yep.
Like he thought it was like how Ronaldo got good, you know, like a guide, like, but it's like a story really. So he read that book in 2 days. He read that book finished, and
Yep.
then it's like, oh, okay, what else do you want? Oh, I want a football. Okay, so get him a football. So what else do you want? Oh, I want some ankle weights. I'm like, why do you want ankle weights? Like, so I can get faster. I'm like, fair
Yes.
enough. You know what I mean? So like, and this is all coming from him, right? Nobody's pushing it on him,
Yes.
but we've
Yes.
like same with you. Like we've said it's not easy. You have
Yes.
to put in the work, right? So
Yes. Yeah.
if you want it, and like I say to him all the time, I don't care if you're a professional footballer. It doesn't make any difference to me.
Yes.
You can sweep floors for all I care. I'm still gonna love you the same. But
Yeah.
if this is what you want, then I can show you what it takes, right?
Yes.
I can tell you what it takes. So yeah, I'm proud, like both of my kids, to be honest.
Yeah. That's it. Hey, just guide them. Like same thing. Like he'll sit here. I go like, I see a wall out there. The wall's lonely. Like
Yeah,
know, go. The wall's your best friend. Go kick
yeah,
against the
yeah,
wall.
yeah. Because
He's like,
Isaiah was like, "Oh, Dad, you want to go outside and do some passes?" And like,
yeah,
I'll just get home from work, right? And I'm like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
He's
was
like a
like, no, I'm
bro.
just tired right now. I was like, oh, but you know, you can go out, you can kick against that. It's like a little barricade, a wooden barricade kind of thing.
Yep, yep.
You can kick against there, and it'll come back to you, and you can keep doing that and do that for half an hour, and let's see what happens. Like,
Yes.
okay, then you'll go and do it.
That's how.
But I
That's
mean,
how you get better. Like
it's all a repetition, right?
yes, 100%.
And
Yeah.
and then, like you also say, you know, we don't force anything on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, so like
All good, man.
I
Yeah.
I thought I'm gonna have a couple of Arsenal supporters, but I've got a Man United supporter in my younger son, and then
Headaches all
Isaiah
day.
Isaiah was an Arsenal supporter, but now he's told me last week that he supports PSG now. So
Oh, okay. Yep.
what can I do? Because of Neymar. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
Neymar stole my son away.
People don't follow clubs no more. They follow players.
Exactly, but you know, it's all from YouTube. I blame YouTube because my two kids, they sit and they just YouTube these compilation videos of Neymar doing
Yes.
like sombrero flicks and stuff like that.
Yes. And that's it.
They're like, oh, you know, they'll say, oh, Dad, how did you learn to do this or learn to do that? It's like, not through YouTube. I went outside and I practiced.
And you did it.
And I did it like Isaiah will watch a video of like some sort of skill and he'll come to me like, oh, I know how to do that now. It's like, no, you don't. You
No.
know how it's done, but you
Yes.
don't know how to do it.
Yes. Show me.
Yeah, exactly. He's still trying. And I'm sorry if I went off on any tangents or like spoke
Nah,
a bit
man.
too much. Like,
So we
you
do.
know those times where you talk and you can hear yourself talking. Like, just shut up now. Like, it's just stop.
No, man. I feel like that's should be encouraged. Like I feel like if you're telling yourself to stop, then that's you holding yourself back.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
if you I'm like, yeah, I'll never stop anyone from talking if
yeah,
that's who they are. You know what I mean? Like then
yeah,
by all means, if you're answering the question, it's how you answer the question.
yeah.
And
It
it's
was
like
a few
it's
times
like
there
writing
where I
down,
thought I didn't.
but then you come back. It's because
Yeah,
you have to. You're writing down all these things, but you only got two bars.
yeah,
Only two
yeah.
bars stick out of everything. That's fine. You
Exactly.
can't
There
come.
you go.
You can't come out with two bars straight away, and then you're like, "There's my answer." Like that's my two
Yeah.
bars. Like you got to go through all that other stuff. So. And then whatever people pick out of that as well, like then because some people will pick out some stuff, other
Yeah,
people pick up other stuff. Again, like you listen. You said you listened to Stan today. Like
yeah,
you after so many years, like you're still
yeah.
picking up like
Exactly,
different
exactly.
aspects of it. So yeah, doesn't matter. I don't care.
Okay, well, no, I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
no problems. No problems. Quick fire. What's one word that you want to leave the audience with today? One word, just one word. Don't go off on a tangent, okay? Just one word.
Persist, persistence. Persistence is the
Persistence.
word. Yeah,
Okay, persistence. There you go.
you
Persistence
have
party.
to be persistent. Like,
Did you
yeah,
see that alliteration? Persistence party people. Put that in your rhymes and smoke it.
might do that.
Yes, yes, no problem, man.
Nah, persistence. Persistence is the one.
So, thank you for sharing everything today.
Oh, you're welcome.
And there'll be a part two. I feel like there's gonna be a part two.
There has to be a
We'll
part two. You know
we'll
what?
come back. We'll come back and we'll be like, in 12 months' time, this is
Yeah,
where you're at. There's
that's
definitely
what
gonna
we
be a
need.
part two.
That's what we need to do. We need to have like a last time on da-da-da-da-da. Previously.
In case you forgot.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Thanks, bro. I'll
Okay.
catch you next time, mate.
Yeah, now we'll talk again.
Say hi to my brother for me, and yeah, just let him know that it's not that bad.
No, it's good.
Peace out.
Okay, peace.